Namaste everyone, welcome in this series where we are trying to understand sustainability, a holistic view of sustainability with 20 key concepts. And previously we had understood basic definition of sustainability or sustainable development, first video, and second, the three pillars or triple bottom line. In this third video, to start to build on that foundation, we will discuss about the impact or the environmental impact. So let's start. When we talk about environmental impact, we need to be clear that every activity, whatever we do, that will have the environmental impact, that will have some impact on the environment. Now the question is, then what is the role of the sustainability point of view? It is to minimize the negative impact on the environment. And how do we conserve environment while still fulfilling the basic necessities? So many times it is a point of discussion whether sustainable development, whether it is possible or oxymoron, or if we have development then definitely there is a destruction to the environment. So this kind of discussion is there, but still there are some features or some new aspects are coming, like regeneration. Instead of sustainability, going for regeneration, that is not harming the environment, and at the same time you are helping the environment to get better. But to leave that debate, if we just understand every activity will have some impact on environment, that's obvious. Now what is our role? So we have only two choices. So first is, we can just ignore the impacts and just focus on whatever the activity, maybe the economic concerns or economic point of view. Or the second aspect is also we should care about the environment, the impact that we are having, and how do we reduce it, how do we manage the risk so that it becomes an opportunity. So this, looking at the problem with this point of view, is what we call as a understanding the environmental impact. So to define the impact that we are having on the planet, that's a big concern. You might find many calculators like footprint calculator, carbon footprint calculator, water footprint calculators. But to understand in a simple layman's language, there was one equation called as IPAT equation for the impact. So this is an IPAT equation where I stands for the impact, overall impact, P for population, A for affluence, and T for the technology available at that time. So if we understand the impact, it's being, if let's say if all these three are variables, the impact is change with respect to the population, with respect to the affluence, the general capacity and the way people have the access to these resources, and T is the technology, the efficiency of the processes. So just for our understanding, let's say if we want to reduce the negative impact, one of the easier way would be to control the population, or simply, if population is continuously growing, then definitely impact would grow. And what we are seeing in today's context, population is growing, affluence is growing, more and more people are getting more and more resources, or the way of exploiting these resources, the common understanding, the psyche, that is being changed in past few decades if you see. So affluence is a major focus, and T is for technology. So how technology efficient the systems are. This equation is important to understand. Just modulating one, just providing a solution at one won't be a long-term solution. What do I mean? Let's say if you just change the technology, and we see many such solutions like technological solutions. We will bring something new in technology and that will solve the problem. It will not, unless the affluence, that social aspect of the utilization, we take care of it, and at the same time the quantum, the population, that is also taken care. So in order to reduce the impact, not only the population, not only the affluence, but the technology, the way we can use science and technology for innovation and bringing out new inventions. So everything should be taken care at the same time, then only we can have a proper solution. So this point I feel is very, very important in this discussion. So to understand it in practical terms, I would like to add two more concepts in environmental impact. Let's say majority at personal level, we have some limited capacity, and when at organizational level, the capacity increases multifold, and that's why Whenever an organization starts working, there is a mandate in multiple countries across the world that they should have environmental impact assessment. So in short, if I want to tell you what is environmental impact assessment, so this is a very important management tool to ensure optimal use of resources for sustainable development. So how do we do that? Whenever you start an organization or a company working at some site A, you have to conduct environmental profiling. So environmental impact assessment assesses what is the level of water, air, the resources over there. Then if you start your operations, what is the quantum, what is the level at which you will work? Accordingly, what is the monitoring, what are the probable risks, how do we manage that? If there is any concern, how do we solve that problem? How do we have checks and balances so that we do not get into some serious problems? So all these comes into environmental impact assessment, and every organization before starting they have to submit this environmental impact assessment EIA to competent authority, and then only they get approval. But to be frank, how many of EIAs are done in a right way with the proper understanding that we should conserve the environment? And it's not only about conserving environment, it's conserving us, all the people as well. So if this is done well, so definitely that is a critical aspect to conserve the environment, to support the nature. And if that is not done, you might have heard Bhopal gas tragedy that happened in India 1980s. That was a big calamity. If this kind of activities being taken seriously, then such kind of big risk, loss of life, a negative publicity, and even the stakes of the company at large are also in the risk. So if done properly, that is really help to the organization in long term. Then second kind of assessment, I would say social impact assessment or SIA. In social impact assessment, it is a process of identification, analysis, assessment, management and monitoring of the potential social impact of any project, both positive and negative. So not only because we as an organization or we as in people not only harm or impact the environment, but the society at large as well. So social impact assessment analyzes it and how do we reduce the negative impacts of all these activities. So with this third point, third key concept, with understanding of sustainability and triple bottom line, what comes to action that is important in environmental impact. So being mindful of what kind of negative or positive impacts that we as at a personal level or at an organizational level we are having on the environment, and how do we minimize this? A mindful use of these resources and at the same time a willingness to conserve nature is important, and if there is a will, definitely we will find some ways to contribute towards that as well. So we will stop in this video for environmental impact, but definitely this exploration of all these 20 concepts will continue in our next sessions. Please do share your valuable inputs, your feedback. It's always welcome, always great to hear your feedback. And if you want to support this initiative, please do subscribe to the channel and also become a paid member if you want to contribute towards this work of spreading awareness in sustainability in simple language. So thank you so much. Have a great day. We'll meet in the next video.